Alright guys, I wanted to update y'all. This is more of an update video, and I'm not usually one for these, but I figured, even though I just posted some videos, I am working on doing the Captain America Civil War one, so really hard not to see it. Let me think. I'm doing some storylines. I'm trying to, just come up with some story, plot points for these stories I'm working on. Because, of course, I do want to do these stories one day. Many of them I had to get rights for. But, some are original, like Chupacabras, or Ballad of Thin Ice, or my Cryptid series, plus Thunderbirds. But one of the things I'm working on is, ever since I was little, I like Cryptid Stories. I love Monster Quest and all that. It's one of my favorite shows. I don't believe in a lot of it, but I don't know. I just find it fascinating. It's kind of historical. In any place, in any time around the world, you've always got these stories about creatures. And I always thought it was fascinating. So, I got these set of stories, which is basically encyclopedias on different continents. Cryptids, Myths, and Legends is the first one, and then you come with the name of the continent and place. North America, South America, Mexico and surrounding, Antarctic, Arctic and Canada, Africa and Madagascar, Australia and New Zealand and all around, Europe, Siberia, Asia, Japan and China, plus Greek, fairy tale, and biblical legends. Yeah, that's working right. That's one of the big ones I'm working on. It's basically just an encyclopedia of myths and legends from around the world. Let's see. One of the ones I think I'm going to work on first, because I'm so fond of it, is Thunderbird. And I was watching, I don't know, I just came up with it in my head. I just thought, what is scary about birds and birds of prey? I just thought, what if you just had giant birds like terror birds that could fly? And that kind of popped in my head, and I started doodling. I started thinking of different birds that would need it to be a scary one creature. And this is a fully blown-on creature. It has ties to the prehistoric past, but it's its own animal, if you know what I'm saying. And it has the gripping talons of a goshawk. It has the overall appearance of a falcon, peregrine falcon, goshawk, bald eagle, long legs like a terror bird, kind of condor-like wings. It's all those kinds of predatory birds mixed together. And it's very scary once you think about it. And it can stand almost right around 9 feet tall? Right around that, 9 feet tall, long legs. It can run very fast. I'm thinking up to 45 miles per hour. And it can take off in an instant. That's one of the stories I'm working on. There's 3 of them. Thunderbird, Thunderbird Terror from Above, and Thunderbird Uncaged. One of them takes place back in the 18th century or 17th century. The Terror from Above comes into the 21st century, and then Uncaged is basically, I'll have to explain to another video, but that's Thunderbirds. Now I'm working on other ones like The Grid, which is about, it's based on an old Amish legend, and you may have seen it on Amish Haunting. I've heard that was made into an episode, but there's a story about a boy that was told to be a witch because he was blind, and he prophesized things before they happened, and he ended up, they say he drowned himself, but a lot of people think that he was murdered by local kids. It kind of takes place somewhat like that. It's about an Amish community in which It's totally fictitious. It's not that I have anything against the Amish. It's just it's its own story, and it's something that I've never really thought. Not a lot of people maybe think about, but it's totally fictitious. So nothing against the Amish. And the bishop of this community is kind of crazy. He is very radical in his ways, but he's the bishop, and everyone follows him, even if it's twisted. And he is trying to keep this his community under his control, basically. And one of the things that just drives him crazy is he believes that the spirit of the blind boy is haunting him. And basically that's what's driving him insane. And an Amish husband and wife decide to take their two kids, their two daughters, and to get out of the community. He's just this unpredictable. Well, he finds out about this, and he and a few followers come in and take their kids and hide them, and basically to punish them. Well, the parents sneak away from the wife sneaks away. What do you want? What?
Coda.
What?
Coda.
What? Coda? Well, I'm not coming right now.
Isn't he?
No, I haven't seen him. Anyway, I think it's the husband that leaves to go to the police, and the FBI gets involved to find the two kids, and ends up being very hard to find them. So they use a new piece of forensic technology called the grid search, and from a grid search now is basically going every few meters to find evidence, and it's made up into different squares to determine where certain evidence is found. Basically, this is like that, but it's on a 3D scale. And they follow the clues in order to find the two girls and to stop this crazy man. And I've liked the concept of it to turn it into a story, but you know, it just has to have some work done to it. But I like the overall story point of it. I can think of it in my head. So, and it's called The Grid. That's the name of the story. So, I have some other ones like Time Will Tell. And that's all about slavery and all that. And that'll be another video. It'll have a video all to its own. I think I'm going to start calling them story time vids or something like that. Story plot vids or something like that, as I write them down in my book. Because I'm going to start doing that because I just really need to start writing the stuff down, so it'll be easier later on for me to just, you know, take back from it. And of course it got Jurassic Park comics, Jurassic World, the end of Jurassic Park, the end of Return to Jurassic Park, Raptors Return. There's a couple of Aliens comics in there which take place after Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. Battle for Skull Island, Valley of the Clovis, Return to the Valley of the Clovis, Prehistoric Island, Chupacabras, Godzilla King of Mutants, Whales of the Thin Ice, Cryptids, Miracle Men, Thunderbird, The Grid, Time Will Tell, and Reptilians. Reptilians is a kind of science fiction based one, but I like it. It was kind of a concept I grew when I was a kid, but it's kind of gotten more mature as I go on with it. And that's kind of a video all to its own. So yeah, I'll be working on, if I can get the tablet to work, I'll basically be holding it in front of this like this, watching along with you guys, paying attention, and then I will watch it again to see how it all is, and I'll give y'all my reaction. And that's how it's going to start working out for now. Until I gotta get a charger, though, for that tablet. It's not a really good tablet. It's an RCA, so they're not good tablets at all. But, I just need to get a charger for it, so once it starts working, I will see Captain America Civil War and give you all that. And it really sucks. I want to see it so bad. And I've heard people say that Spider-Man's not in it. Everyone's freaking out about it, which kind of sucks because I really want to see the new Spider-Man, Tom Holland, and I really want to see Black Panther, but everyone says Black Panther's in it, so I cannot wait to see it. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe.